The 3 simple morning walk habits practiced only by truly lucky people. Tesla speaks on the sacred time when you form a contract with the universe for the day. One morning, the moment you open your front door and take your very first step outside, the universe quietly begins to decide the flow of your fortune for that entire day. It is not decided by what you are thinking. It is not decided by what is on your schedule. It is decided only by the frequency you carry as you take that first step. That single thing determines the quality of the events that will visit you throughout the day. I have observed countless people who are said to be truly lucky, and I have arrived at one common truth. People who are truly lucky were not born with special talents. They were not born under special stars. What they shared was only one thing. Inside their morning walk, they quietly but consistently practiced 3 habits. Think about it. The act of leaving your home in the morning and beginning to walk is not just exercise. It is a sacred process in which your soul, which was connected to the universe through the night, lands with its own feet into the reality of a new day. The way you land determines the flow of your fortune for that entire day. People who feel unlucky tend to spend this morning walk unconsciously, as nothing more than a moment of transit. But lucky people use this time carefully, as the most sacred ritual through which they form a contract with the universe for the day. This contract is not difficult. It does not cost any money. It requires no special tools. You only need to practice 3 small habits during your morning walk. That alone forms a rich contract between you and the universe for the entire day. In this video, I will gently unfold, from a quantum perspective, why the morning walk changes the flow of fortune, what the 3 habits practiced only by truly lucky people actually are, and which unconscious behaviors ruin the morning walk for so many people. If you are feeling right now that things somehow are not going well, that fortune seems to have turned away from you, please stay with me until the very end. By the time today's message is over, you will clearly hold in your hands the way to form the best possible contract with the universe, starting tomorrow morning. Chapter 1. Why the morning walk changes the flow of fortune. The physical phenomenon by which your body synchronizes with the rhythm of the universe. First of all, let me gently explain, from the physics of the universe, why the morning walk has such a profound influence on the flow of fortune. The universe has a clear rhythm. The sun rises and sets. The seasons turn. The tides rise and fall. This rhythm has been carved with perfect accuracy for hundreds of millions of years without ever drifting out of tune. And the human body, too, has been designed from the very beginning to synchronize completely with this rhythm of the universe. But many people living in the modern world have gradually fallen out of this synchronization. They bathe in artificial light late into the night. They rush into their mornings in haste. And little by little, an invisible gap forms between their internal rhythm and the rhythm of the universe. This gap is the most fundamental cause of what we call feeling unlucky. Being unlucky does not mean that many unfortunate events occur. Being unlucky is the state in which the rhythm of the universe and your own rhythm have fallen out of alignment. When the rhythm is misaligned, the timing with the people you were meant to meet no longer fits. The chances you were meant to grasp simply pass by in front of you. So how do you correct this misalignment? The most natural and the most reliable way is the morning walk. The act of walking in the morning, while bathing in the light of the sun, is the work of retuning your misaligned internal rhythm back to the rhythm of the universe. The light of the morning sun rewinds your internal clock. The steady rhythm of walking brings your heartbeat and your breath into harmony with the pulse of the universe. and the clear morning air washes away the heavy energy that has gathered in you through the night. Think of it like the morning dew that quietly settles on a leaf overnight. The leaf does not try. It only places itself, gently, within the hour we call morning. That alone is enough for a clear drop of dew to rest upon it. The morning walk is exactly the same. You do not need to push yourself. You only need to place your body within that morning hour, when the rhythm of the universe is at its clearest, and walk. That alone allows your rhythm to return naturally to the rhythm of the universe. And in the life of a person whose rhythm has synchronized with the universe, remarkable things begin to happen. Timing begins to fit. You begin to meet the people you need to meet. Opportunities become visible to your eyes. This is the true nature of what is called being lucky. Chapter 2. 5 mistakes unlucky people unconsciously make during the morning walk. There are people who do take morning walks, but somehow their fortune does not change. It is not that the walk itself is wrong. It is that, mixed inside the way they walk, there are mistakes that push fortune away. Let me clearly share these 5 mistakes. The first mistake: looking at your smartphone while walking. This is the act that lowers fortune the most, and it is done by so many people in the modern world. The morning walk is a time for synchronizing with the rhythm of the universe. And yet, if you keep looking at the smartphone screen, your awareness gets pulled into the vibrations of other people. The sacred time of synchronization becomes filled with noise. The second mistake: building the day's task list inside your head while you walk. You walk while thinking, I have to do this. I have to finish that. At first glance, this looks efficient. But in that very moment, your frequency becomes fixed in a state of pressure and obligation. Far from synchronizing with the rhythm of the universe, you are disturbing your own rhythm with your own hands. The third mistake: pushing yourself to walk fast, telling yourself to walk hard for exercise. Walking fast for the sake of health is not bad in itself, but from the perspective of the flow of fortune, it is slightly off. When you walk with force, your body enters a state of tension and can no longer receive the delicate rhythm of the universe. A walk that carries fortune is not a walk of striving. It is a walk of surrender. The fourth mistake: walking with the thought, the same scenery again. You walk the same road every day with the feeling, the same road today as well. This inner posture dulls your senses. Every morning, the universe places new signs along your path. But the moment you think, the same scenery again, those signs disappear from your eyes. The fifth mistake: the moment the walk ends, you jump immediately into the next action. The moment you return home, you open your smartphone or you rush into your preparations. This is an act in which you break, with your own hands, the contract you were about to form with the universe before you have even signed it. The final few seconds of the walk are actually the most important time, the time when the contract is sealed. Among these 5 mistakes, how many apply to you? If even one applies, your morning walk has not yet become a walk that carries fortune. But please feel at ease. The very moment you notice this is the first entrance through which your walk begins to transform into a walk of fortune. Chapter 3. How the morning light and the rhythm of walking carry fortune to you. Explained through quantum mechanics. Now, I will gently unfold, from a quantum perspective, the very heart of today's message. Why does the simple act of walking in the morning light bring something as invisible as fortune into your life? In the world of quantum physics, there is an unshakable principle. The state of the observer determines reality. In other words, the The state in which you observe the world is itself continuously deciding the reality that appears around you. The morning walk is the time when you bring this observer state of yours into its very best condition. First, about the morning light. The morning sun gently awakens your pineal gland, the sensory organ of the soul, which had been closed through the night. When the pineal gland awakens, your intuition sharpens, and you become able to receive the delicate messages of the universe. This is the moment when your antenna for receiving the information called fortune rises into position. Next, about the rhythm of walking. The act of walking in a steady rhythm guides your brainwaves into an ordered state. Restless thinking quiets down. Your heart becomes calm, clear, settled. In this state, your frequency as an observer is at its highest, at its most refined. And from here, the most subtle mechanism of quantum reality begins to work. The moment your frequency becomes clear, you become able to observe a reality that you could not see before. Even when walking the same road, the words on a sign you never noticed before, the fragment of a conversation that suddenly reaches your ears, a single flower that catches your eye. All of these suddenly begin to appear as signs necessary for your future. This is not coincidence. The signs were always there. It is only that, when your frequency was disturbed, you could not observe them. Think of it like this. With every step you take, your old frequency flows quietly out through the soles of your feet and back into the ground. Step by step, the heavy energy of yesterday returns to the earth. And into the emptied space inside you, the clear frequency of the morning quietly fills in. A lucky person is not someone with special powers. A lucky person is someone who carries the frequency that can observe the signs the universe has placed for them. And the morning walk is the most accessible and the most powerful method through which that observing frequency is created, reliably, every single morning. Chapter 4. The 3 habits practiced only by truly lucky people during the morning walk. Now we have arrived at the center of today's message. Let me carefully share, one by one, the 3 habits that truly lucky people quietly practice during their morning walk. The first habit. Before you start walking, take 3 seconds to feel the earth beneath the soles of your feet. Step outside through your front door, and before you take that very first step forward, stop in place. Then, for just 3 seconds, quietly feel the sensation of the soles of your feet making solid contact with the ground. Why is this important? It is because these 3 seconds are the work of firmly connecting your being to the earth and to the universe. Through the night, your soul has been drifting in the universe. Even after you wake in the morning, your frequency is still slightly unsettled, still floating. If you begin walking in that state, your day will become a flow without grounding, a flow that drifts. But when you take 3 seconds before walking to feel the earth beneath your feet, you become stable, like a tree putting down roots into the ground. And the universe can only deliver true fortune to a being that is stable. The second habit. While walking, search for 3 things you notice for the very first time. During your walk, along the road you take every day, search for 3 things you have never noticed before, even once. It may be a small flower blooming in the crack of a wall. It may be an interesting pattern on the side of a building. It may be a bird song you have never heard. It does not matter what they are. Find 3 things that carry the feeling. I am noticing this for the first time. Why does this carry fortune? It is because this habit sharpens your senses as an observer. Every morning, the universe places new signs along your path. But if you walk with a heart that says, it is the same as always, those signs remain invisible. The habit of searching for 3 new things opens your eyes into the state where you can receive the universe's signs. And when this sense opens, the important signs of life begin to appear, one after another, in places far beyond the walk itself. The third habit. At the very end of the walk, stop, look up at the sky, and silently say in your heart, I receive today. When the walk is finished, before you step back into your home, stop one more time. Look up at the sky, and quietly, inside your heart, say these words, I receive today. This is the moment of signing your contract with the universe for the day. Through the morning walk, you have connected yourself to the earth, and you have opened your senses as an observer. But simply carrying that state home does not complete the contract. By declaring at the end, I receive today, you are telling the universe, I am ready to actively receive this day with my whole being. When the universe receives this declaration, it begins delivering its best flow to you throughout that entire day. These 3 habits, 3 seconds of feeling the earth beneath your feet, searching for 3 things noticed for the first time, and finally, looking up at the sky and saying, I receive today. That is all. Together, they add only a few minutes to your usual walk. But between a walk that holds these 3 habits and a walk that does not, the quality of the fortune that flows into your day becomes completely different. Chapter 5. The 4 actions that ruin the morning walk, practiced unconsciously by 99% of people. After sharing the 3 habits, there is one more important thing I must share with you. There are 4 actions that, unconsciously, ruin the morning walk you have so carefully prepared. The first action is checking the news or social media on your smartphone before going for your walk. If you bathe in the vibrations of other people before the walk, you are already stepping out of your home with a disturbed frequency. In that state, no matter how carefully you practice the 3 habits, the foundation has collapsed, and the effect is cut in half or less. Before the walk, as much as possible, look at nothing. The second action is thinking, constantly, about something throughout the walk. While walking, you turn over your worries. You replay past events. You imagine future anxieties. With this, the precious time meant for synchronizing with the universe becomes buried under the noise of the mind. Thoughts arising is natural. But do not stay on those thoughts forever. When a thought appears, gently bring your awareness back to the sensation in the soles of your feet. The third action is turning the walk into a duty or a quota. You bind yourself with numbers and obligations, telling yourself, I have to walk today, I have to reach 10,000 steps. Then the walk is no longer a time of contract with the universe. It becomes a task to be completed. Fortune is not born from the frequency of completing tasks. The walk is not something you have to do. It is something you do because you want to. That is enough. The fourth action is giving up easily because of the weather or your mood. A little rain falls, or you simply do not feel like it, and you stop right away. Of course, on days when you are truly unwell, you should rest. But if a habit forms of giving up with even the smallest discomfort, your contract with the universe becomes unstable. You don't need to be perfect. Even a short time, even just stepping outside the front door, holds meaning, because what matters is continuing. So what should you do? The answer is simple. Hold the morning walk not as something you have to push through, but as a time you look forward to, a time to meet the universe. You do not need to aim for perfection. You do not need to practice all 3 habits perfectly every day. Today, only the sensation in the soles of your feet. Tomorrow, only the look up at the sky. That is fine. What matters is the gentle intention itself, the intention to meet the universe. As long as that intention is there, your morning walk will, without fail, transform into the time that carries fortune to you. Chapter 6. The 3 changes that arrive in the life of a person who continues the 3 morning walk habits. In the life of a person who continues these 3 habits without forcing anything, at their own pace, 3 great changes will surely arrive. These are not flashy changes, but they are deep changes that transform the very flow of life from within. The first change. Timing, mysteriously, begins to fit. People who, until then, had always felt one step behind, always felt the timing was off, suddenly find that timing begins to align mysteriously. The right message arrives at the right moment. The right person appears at the right time. Even trains and traffic lights somehow connect smoothly. This is not coincidence. It is simply that your rhythm has synchronized with the rhythm of the universe, and the flow of the universe and your own movements have begun to fit together naturally. This is the most easily recognized appearance of what we call being lucky. The second change. You begin to notice the small signs hidden in daily life. When you continue the 3 habits, your senses as an observer are reliably sharpened. Then, not only during the walk, but in every scene of daily life, you begin to notice the signs that the universe has placed for you. A single sentence on a page of a book you happen to open. A phrase you overheard without trying. A landscape that caught your heart. All of these begin to appear clearly as signs pointing toward the path you should walk. A person who can see signs no longer becomes lost. The life of a person who is not lost opens, with surprising smoothness, before them. The third change. A peace without reason begins to wrap around your day. This is the deepest change. A person who has firmly formed a contract with the universe in the morning becomes wrapped all day long in a peace that has no particular reason. It is not that some special guarantee has been given. It is not that all the problems have disappeared. But deep in the heart, there sits a quiet certainty. I have already formed my contract with the universe today, so I will be fine. This sense of peace is, in fact, the strongest frequency for attracting fortune. The universe is designed to deliver its richest flow to the people who carry peace within them. When these 3 changes arrive, you are no longer a person who is tossed around by fortune. You have become a person who arranges fortune with your own feet, every single morning. You understand, from the very bottom of your heart, that fortune is not something that falls from the sky by chance. Fortune is a contract you form with the universe, on your own, inside the morning walk. Chapter 7. The morning walk is a sacred ritual through which you form a contract with the universe for the day. Finally, let me share with you what I most wish to tell you. The morning walk is not just a habit for health. It is a sacred ritual through which you and the universe form a contract about the rich flow of that entire day. Think about it. A contract is not one-sided. A contract is when 2 beings face each other as equals and exchange promises with one another. Inside the morning walk, you are telling the universe this. I will not spend this day passively. With my own feet, with my own will, I will actively receive this day, and the universe receives this will and answers like this. Since you declare it this way, I will deliver to you the very best flow this day has to offer. In the moment when these promises are exchanged, an invisible but unmistakable contract is formed between you and the universe. Picture a handshake. The moment 2 people clasp hands, a sure promise is born, one that goes beyond words. The 3 habits of the morning walk are like this handshake exchanged with the universe. Feeling the earth beneath the soles of your feet is standing firmly before the universe for the handshake. Searching for 3 things noticed for the first time is noticing the hand the universe is extending toward you. And finally, saying, "I receive today," is firmly grasping that hand in return. A person who exchanges this handshake every morning is the one we call truly lucky. After many long years of study and observation, I have come to know this truth with certainty. Lucky people are not walking because they are lucky. They have become lucky because they have been walking every morning in a way that forms a contract with the universe. This is not an inborn talent. This is a choice that anyone can begin, starting tomorrow morning. So if you are feeling right now that fortune has abandoned you, please remember this. You are not a person without fortune. You have simply not yet formed your daily contract with the universe. And one day, you will realize this. The question that once tormented you so deeply, "Why am I the only one whose life does not work out?" no longer exists inside you. In its place, you are standing there, quietly fulfilled, having formed your contract with the universe with your own feet every morning. This is the most certain gift the universe gives, only to those who have made the sacred ritual of the morning walk their own. Closing. Thank you, truly, for listening to my long story all the way to this point today. Until today, you may have felt that fortune was something beyond your control, something given by chance from above. There may have been nights when you quietly wondered why opportunities did not come around to you. You have carried that feeling so well. It is not because you have been lazy in your efforts. On the contrary, it is because you have sincerely wished to live a better life that you have turned your heart this deeply towards something as invisible as fortune. You have done nothing wrong. You have lived a life filled with enough sincerity. And from here on, you no longer need to simply wait for fortune. Fortune is not something that falls from the sky by chance. Fortune is a contract you can begin to form with the universe with your own feet, starting tomorrow morning. From now on, each time you open your front door in the morning, you will be able to step outside with a quiet joy, saying to yourself, today as well. I am going to form my contract with the universe. The accumulation of these single steps will certainly change your days. Please do not rush. You do not need to do it perfectly. Tomorrow, even just one of the 3 habits is enough. What matters is only the gentle intention to go and meet the universe. Your future will open with more smoothness, more richness than you ever imagined. This is certain. Because you, who have arrived at the truth that fortune is a contract, have already walked yourself out of the place where you only waited for fortune. The universe is always looking forward to its contract with you. So please, with peace in your heart, take that first step tomorrow morning. Final message. If today's message resonated with your heart even a little, I would be very glad if you would press the like button on this video. It will become a small declaration to the universe that you have truly received the real mechanism of fortune. And on this channel, I will continue to deliver messages that gently align your life from the perspective of the universe, the soul, and frequency. If you feel you would like to return again, please press the subscribe button and let us deepen our learning together in the next video. Lastly, if you would like to send a signal to the universe that you have truly received today's message, I would be happy if you wrote, "I have received it," in the comment section. That single phrase will surely guide tomorrow morning's first step firmly onto the side of the light. May infinite light and deep abundance rest upon your soul. I will see you again in the next video. Thank you, truly, for listening all the way to the end.